What do, y'all? This is your boy Sherry Speaks. We're on to talk to you guys about Lethal Weapon Season 3, Episode 4, Leo Gets Justice. And in this episode, at the very beginning, we see uh, pretty much a flashback of Cole while he was in the CIA and how he met his connect, Hani. Now, mind you, I apologize for the dogs barking in the background. Hani was just a little beggar on the street, just trying to sell pirated DVDs just to get money. His older brother tried to stop him from selling to Cole, but Hani persisted and he said, "Look, what if I told you if the guys that you're photographing there know you're here, know who you are, and planted a bomb in your car?" Of course, Cole's like, wait. He's like, "Why would I trust you? How do you know this?" He said, "Like I told you, I know things. Plus I can't let my most valuable customer die." So lo and behold, when Cole starts to get in his car, the car explodes. And then we get to present day where we see a knife and a check to Cole's steering wheel, and it reads it comes from Rafi Rahil, which happens to be the brother of Hani, with $3,000 attached to on the check. So I'm wondering, okay, what is that $3,000 for? Is it to get Cole's attention, or is that just sorry about that, guys? The site that I use has a lot of ads on it, and I'm wondering, like, okay, is that check to get Cole's attention, or is that to let him know that what, like his brother's alive, like he's there to kill him? Like, what is that there for? So I'm thinking maybe throughout the season or in this episode, Cole, comes to terms and tries to meet up with Hani's older brother and tries to explain to him, okay, how his little brother died. Or maybe that $3,000 is just the insurance money that they used for Hani. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So we learned even more and more that there's actually a copycat killer. Like the original killer that actually killed when womenizing men 10 years ago, Dan Harrison, is actually dead. So who's doing all the killings? Ding, 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 ding. It's the same guy that left that check of $3,000 on Cole's steering wheel, and possibly Hani's older brother, Rafi. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm curious. I wonder, why did Cole just put his gum on Leo Getz's car? Is that to track him somehow? Or is he just doing that just because he doesn't like Leo's character? I'm really curious about that. All right, guys. So we just got a big emotional turn here with Rafi and Cole meeting each other in the police station. Rafi pretty much has a lot of, as you can tell, and most likely, and honestly, I don't blame Rafi for having this animosity, because I would have that same animosity if it was like one of my little brothers, but or any of my brothers for that matter. But you could definitely tell that Rafi still has that holds that hostility and animosity towards Cole because his little brother was killed on his watch. And Cole just kept sending him money because he learned that he actually enrolled. Because as I was saying, like because Cole learned that Rafi had enrolled out here in Los Angeles into college, and so Cole wanted to help him with his college. I mean, he said the first 5 checks, I ripped them up. I thought you would stop sending them, but it turns out Cole actually has given this kid $18,000 if you want to count the one that he actually gave back to him, or at least just say $15,000 to help pay for his school, but he didn't want it because he feels like, as Rafi said, like you still think you can still pay for it. You think you can just you're paying for my concert, and that way you hope that I forget. So then that way you feel like you were at ease and at peace with what happened, but it doesn't. You can't put a price tag on my anger, my hurt, and my animosity towards you and what happened. Because Ralphie just kept wanting to be arrested. And Cole's like, "Look," he's like, "No, set him free." He's like, Ralphie's like, "No, let me go to jail. I'll take full responsibility for it." So pretty much what Ralphie's doing is he's pretty much blaming himself for the death of his little brother by allowing himself to pay the repentance for that. And that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people do that through grief. And I really hope that they actually can come to some peace at the very end of this episode or this season. All right, guys, we got some headway into this case, the copycat case of a womanizer killer. And so, anyway, Murtaugh, now believes that the guy who now is pretty much in the grooming theory of pretty much committing the same acts as Dan Harrison, it could be the security guy that's been watching over him for the past 9 years, Jake Porter. So now they're off to the prison where where Dan Harrison actually, was celled at, and possibly just to interrogate. God, I hate when those fucking ads do that shit. But anyway, so they're probably most likely gonna be off to where where Dan Harrison was housed and to where obviously where Jake Porter may be. Now before that, they caught like a little bit of a perp who's trying to get like the security footage of the murder of the possible copycat murder. So we'll see what happens with that as well. I don't know how the hell. Like I was saying, I don't know how the hell Leo gets in these damn situations, but right now he's actually interviewing Jacob Porter, the guy, the security that watched over Dan Harrison for those 9 years, and it looks like within those 9 years, Dan Harrison has actually pretty much just flooded Jacob's psyche with all his manifestos and his ideologies and philosophy on why womanization should be dealt with and why society hasn't dealt with him. So it definitely, the arrows are really starting to point at Jake Porter for being the killer, copycat killer so far, in my opinion. All right, guys, so I'm back. So it turns out in this episode, Dan Harrison was actually innocent 10 years ago. Fun thing is, someone was happened to frame him. Those are the Roteo brothers actually framed him for his murder, and the DA Turner actually never actually what's what I'm looking for. The DA Turner never actually dropped the charges, and that's how the Otero brothers never got, they're just desserts in jail or in prison. And Dan Harrison did, because Dan Harrison was actually in Arizona, but the Otero brothers, with the help of D.A. Turner, actually framed him. And that was with the help of Cole, who actually, with the help of Cole, Leo Getz, and Trish, putting that piece together. Because remember, Roger was so adamant of not making a mistake, but he actually ended up doing so. And so that really hurt him in a bad way. So the innocent man actually went to jail for no reason. And actually turns out Rogers was actually about to jump off the building because D.A. Turner actually was going to force him to, because he knew how the public opinion was going to go. You were a depressed cop who couldn't make captain, and public thought you were a corrupt policeman and things of that nature. Just to get into his head. And so then that way, you know, Roger actually almost fell off the building. But Cole was there to catch him. They got a really bad rug burn. He said, "Yo, we're gonna go to Borneo one day." Mind you, Cole still felt like the bad guy, but actually at the very end of the episode, him and Ralphie actually caught up, and I think he said, "Look, I'll see you around, Cole," after trashing the wrong damn car. But this is a good episode overall, man. This has been your boy Trish. Make sure you guys like the video. If you guys have any requests, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below for what videos to do next, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. I'm out.